wait. Let's make sure these go to the right place.
So where do they go?
Here at the Temple Terrace Sanitation Division, we get questions all the time asking why things like paint, electronics, batteries, and chemicals can't be thrown away in the regular trash. This is because some household items contain materials or chemicals that can be harmful to people, pets, sanitation workers, and even the environment. These are called household hazardous waste, or HHW, and they require special handling. So, where do they go? Temple Terrace residents can bring paint, electronics, and batteries to Hillsborough County Community Collection Centers, where they will be safely recycled. Household hazardous waste can be brought to HHW facilities on select Saturdays. Items like furniture, tires, and regular trash are not accepted at HHW or community collection sites. Those sites are only for paint, electronics, and household hazardous waste. You can visit hcflgov.net/HHW for locations, hours, and what's accepted for Temple Terrace residents. You can also call Temple Terrace Public Works at 813-506-6570. Thank you for allowing us to serve you.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to see everybody here, and welcome to the February 17th meeting of the Temple Terrace City Council. I'd like to remind everybody to please silence your electronic devices, which is a good reminder for me to check. I lay awake at night sometimes worrying that my phone will go off during a council meeting. It's like the worst thing that could happen. So anyhow, if you would please rise and join me in the invocation and the pledge. Lord, as we begin our meeting tonight, we pause to thank you for the many blessings you bestow on our amazing city. We are grateful to live in a democratic republic where we are free to choose our own leaders and participate in self-governance. We ask for your healing and comfort for those who are sick or suffering in our community, particularly for the family of Mary Rose Owens. May they feel your comfort and peace. We ask your blessings upon our meeting tonight as we work to advance the common good of our city. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So, council, I think everybody might be aware, but just for the public, we have a small alteration to the agenda tonight that I want to announce ahead of time in case somebody's here and sits through the whole meeting for this item that's going to be pulled. And that is concerning a fence waiver, which is item, where is that?
13A.
Item 13A is consideration of a fence waiver request, and I will let the city manager explain why this is being continued.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. This is a unique item. We don't typically, not to anyone's memory, have ever had a waiver request separate from a site plan or a plat application. And in trying to figure out where this fit, I decided to put it under council business. However, this afternoon, in discussing it with our city attorney and also our deputy city attorney, it was recommended that we, in fact, put this on the regular agenda at some point in the future because there are elements of it that would be considered possibly quasi-judicial, and making sure that we notice the neighbors as well, typically as you would for a site plan if there were waivers involved in the site plan. So that's what we plan to do based upon that recommendation. I'd ask for your consideration this evening to remove it from the agenda until we can get it back on in the future.
Very well, thank you. Council members, this is an official action concerning the agenda, therefore I think a motion would be appropriate.
Reschedule item 13, sorry, I'm struggling a bit, 13A to a later meeting. Sorry about that.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Bia. So for those of you who don't visit many council meetings, we have a fairly new tradition here in Temple Terrace whereby we start each meeting with an interesting, fun or historical fact concerning our city or the region, or I guess we've expanded to the state of Florida last meeting. So in any event, that duty rotates, and this evening it falls to Councilmember Kravitz, who is not with us, at least not yet. So does anybody have a throwdown historic fact, or should we just pass?
I have one.
You have one. All right. Councilmember Fernandez is going to pitch hit for us.
Actually, I was talking with a friend yesterday about the country club and how long before the rec center existed and our rec center pool was at Club Morocco, we used to spend a lot of time with the country club also, and there was a snack bar, and the snack bar is now where the pool is much smaller. It was a much bigger pool with a diving board and everything, and the snack bar was where the building is. It has the ladies' room and the men's room, and this says a lot about me as a child, I guess, but I didn't know that the bills got sent home in detail. So we used to go often, ride our bikes up there, and we would eat Snickers, Cokes, ice cream, French fries, all the things that my mother would never have approved on any normal. And I had no idea that she actually knew all along that we were eating junk food. And she never complained. So I didn't know until much later when my own children appeared at the country club and I saw their bills, and I thought, my goodness, she knew all of this all along. But it was a central meeting place for a lot of the youth in Temple Terrace, and part of our rec center was over at what is Woodmont Clubhouse, which is managed by the Women's Club, the Junior Women's Club, and the Garden Club. And classes were held there, and classes were held at Lightfoot. Yes, we did gymnastics on the Lightfoot concrete floor. Never understood why the gymnasts were able to jump so high on TV, because they didn't have a concrete floor. And all of it came together when we built the main family recreation complex, and that gave people an opportunity to do their recreation classes, the weight room or workout room, the pool, and all kinds of other activities in one location. So that was built right before I started high school, but that was where King High School swim team practiced, and they still practice today. So we were just actually remembering some fond memories of going up to the country club and eating junk and swimming at the pool, and enjoying the camaraderie that Temple Terrace has been, where you have multiple generations of people that have grown up here and have known each other from a variety of reasons and activities. And I hope that those who move here now realize that it's a great community, and we have a lot of community amenities that you all can enjoy, and that's it.
Well, thank you, Councilmember. That was very good for not even expecting to do it. Thank you. I can tell you, your mother is much different than mine, because she would have said something. I can guarantee it. So, well, thank you very much. And so I'd like to now call the Employee of the Month for January, Abigail Barron, to the podium. Come on up. Yeah. This is a significant accomplishment, really, for any employee, but I think particularly so in your case, which will become apparent. So, digital technician, evidence technician Abigail Barron is being recognized as the Employee of the Month for January. Since Abigail began her role with the police department on August 5th of 2024, that's what makes this so significant. She's been an incredible and valuable team member. She quickly showed her professionalism and expertise, requiring little training thanks to her advanced knowledge in digital evidence management, redaction laws, and records retention. Everyone who works with Abigail, whether inside or outside the department, genuinely appreciates her professionalism, efficiency, and dedication. She consistently meets deadlines, handles public records requests promptly, and ensures digital evidence processes run smoothly for the state attorney's office. Her strong work ethic and calm demeanor under pressure have made her a trusted and appreciated coworker. The city is fortunate to have Abigail as part of our team and look forward to seeing all the amazing things that you will achieve in the future. So congratulations, Abigail, for being selected as the January Employee of the Month. Would you like to say a few words?
Just that I enjoy working here and I appreciate it.
A woman of few words.
Yeah.
Well, we are very happy to have you here. I know you're a relatively new employee, and for you to achieve this honor selected by your peers really is a tremendous honor for somebody that doesn't have the long track record that many of our employees do. So thank you.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Thank you.
Well, there goes 1/3. Okay, next we have a proclamation for Arbor Day, and I'd invite our city arborist, Joe Ferris, up to the podium.
Good evening.
Good evening, Joe. I was commenting at an event recently that Joe Ferris, I think, is probably one of our most popular employees. Everybody I encounter in the city seems to love, they all ask about, even if they don't remember your name, who's that arborist guy? I love him. He's terrific. So it's fitting that you get to receive this proclamation. So reads, whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. This holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. Trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, lower heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. Mitigate the urban heat island effect, reduce stormwater runoff, and boost mental and physical health. Trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. Trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of the business area, and beautify our community. Trees, wherever planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now, therefore, I, Andrew Ross, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Temple Terrace, Florida, do hereby proclaim March 8th, 2026 as Arbor Day. And so, Joe, would you like to say a few words?
Sure. So for this year's Arbor Day celebration, I'll be giving away over 150 trees on March 8th between 10 and 3 at Woodmont Park, part of the Chalk Art Festival and Spring Market. I believe this is my 6th year participating in that. It's a really good event. If you haven't been out there, the Garden Club and the Rec Center put on a really good event for this. So any resident of Temple Terrace can come out and get a free tree to plant in their yard. If anyone shows up and I'm out of trees, I'll take orders. They'll get delivered before the end of the month. Or if there's something I don't have, if I can get it, I'll get that ordered and get that to our residents. So great event, free trees.
Well, thank you. I know this is Arbor Day, not specifically Joe Ferris, but Joe, thank you for the work you do in the city. Our residents love you, and so thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, right?
All right. Thank you.
You see these throughout the years. We have darker hair. Okay, so council, the next item is the consideration of minutes from our meeting of February 3rd. Has everybody had an opportunity to review them? And if so, is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve. Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion, corrections to the minutes? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No nays. The minutes are adopted. Next, we have persons wishing to speak on items not listed on the agenda or items on the consent agenda. We do have forms in the back of the room at the little table back there. If anybody wishes to address the mayor and council, please fill out a form and give it to the city clerk on my left, your right. We have a 30-minute time limit on this portion of the meeting. I don't think we're going to run over today, but if we do, we stop at 30 minutes, continue with our business, and then resume public comment at the end of the meeting. We ask that there's a 3-minute time limit imposed on all comments on each individual speaker. We ask that speakers come to the podium and state their name and city of residence. We want to assure everybody that your comments are taken seriously and they are followed up on by staff and or council members. And so that's part of the reason for the form, is we want to know how to get back in touch with you to follow up with you. So the first request to speak is from Mr. Loeb. Mr. Loeb, good evening, sir.
Charles Loeb, Terrace Park. Tonight I want to talk about this holy time. Unless you're pretty devout, you might not know that this is actually a very holy period. Tomorrow is Ash Wednesday, for those who observe that in the Christian calendar. It is also part of Rosh Chodesh, which is new moon in the Hebrew calendar, but mainly it is Ramadan for the Muslims. And I did want to mention that a little bit. Of course, I've talked about peace, and as you all have known about, I have my ideas what peace means in the hearts and the minds of the people. But I decided to go read something that I found in the Temple Terrace Library that I found would say it even more. And that is this book, or this book, well, actually it was a book, published by a woman who got her first payment of that when she was 86, writing for the then St. Petersburg Times. And she had a job for the rest of her life in doing it. So that means, the point being on that is that don't give up, on your dreams or anything like that. She wrote, one of the things she wrote about was this place in Israel that was called in Israel, Nevi, I hope I pronounced this right, Nevi Shalom. In Arabic, it is called Wahat al-Salam. And in English, it means oasis of peace. This is where they had like an experimental community between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, where people got together, sat down and talked and all that, and tried to figure out how to deal with the situations in the Middle East, in the Holy Land. Now, the reason I bring this up here is because I would think this city would be very good for starting a whole kind of that type of thing within the thing, an oasis of peace. We have Jews, we have Muslims, we have various forms of Christians, and I couldn't think of a better time because it is a holy time. So this is why I kind of bring this up. And one other thing, I guess, is because I'm really hoping that and I got to give compliments to the Mission Hills Church, and that is because they do interfaith events in October for this international festival they do. What I'm hoping is that they will induce the community to do more interfaith events, so more people will talk, and that we will be a role model for other communities within the nation and in the world to be an oasis of peace. One other thing before I mentioned, while I was thinking about the library, that is that the library sale, my first push on that, it'll be March 26th to March 28th. So give everybody a little advance notice on that. I'll probably be talking about that again, but for now, that's all.
Thank you, Mr. Loeb. Next, we have Unica Mills or Fatima Elcott of the Planning Commission.
Good evening, Unica Mills. I am
Good evening.
with the Planning Commission. As you all may remember, or spring of last year, Planning Commission staff presented to you the process of the comprehensive plan update. We are now beginning that process. So we wanted to just put it on record and notify the public that staff will be out, as well as we hired a consultant to help with seeking feedback for what we will do as far as the vision for Temple Terrace through the year 2050. So we'll be around the community at different events. We'll have a survey, and we'll be seeking feedback from citizens as well as stakeholders as to what and how they want Temple Terrace to grow through the year 2050. So, anything else?
Nothing. We're just really excited. We've already had a strong start meeting with some stakeholders and some members of the council. So we'd love to sit down with you all one-on-one. Anyone in the community can reach out. We want to make sure that we're listening to as many voices as possible. We're excited. You guys have a really busy spring season, so we'll be at all the events and be out and about. So just come find us. We really want to make sure that we're getting everybody's voices to co-create what this vision is going to be. And we're excited to present it in the summer. Right? Yeah.
And I did want to add to that the vision is just the beginning of the process. We do have, which in the vision will act as the foundation for the policies that will update the comprehensive plan. So this is just the beginning, and we're excited for this process.
And then I think the last thing we can mention is you can go to bit.ly/Temple Terrace Vision. So that's the project webpage with the Planning Commission. You can also find it with Temple Terrace Comprehensive Plan Update. So that'll be, you can sign up the city's newsletter as well as the Planning Commission's newsletter, take the survey, submit public comment, reach out to us, all the things. So we want to be as accessible as possible. So come find us. Let us know what your vision is.
Good, thank you.
Excited.
I think you and I will be talking in the morning.
Tomorrow, yep,
Yeah.
yep. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Good, thank you. Next, Gamal, I'm having trouble reading your last name. Gasser, okay. Gamal, you're recognized, sir. Good evening.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I really didn't come to give a speech, but I got inspired by my good friend Charlie. Just wanted to tell everybody a little bit about Ramadan. What is Ramadan? A little bit on the what's behind the curtain on Ramadan. Ramadan is 1 month of the year. It's the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, and all the months start with the sighting of the moon and ends with the sighting of the moon. It is scheduled to be tomorrow, Wednesday. There's 80% chances it's going to be tomorrow. It might not be. It might be Thursday. Why? Because in order for the month to start, somebody has to go and see the moon. At the end of the month, moon disappears completely. At the new month, the moon shows up again. So we will know it's the beginning of the month if somebody officially, some official person somewhere, will see and sight the moon. So we don't know until the last day and the last night. The last night is tonight. So somebody should have tonight within the United States of America have seen the moon in order for us to start fasting tomorrow. If nobody has, of the official people that are looking, then Ramadan is not going to be tomorrow, it's going to start Thursday. How I would know, I'm not one of the officials that are going through around to check with those people that go to see the sight moon. I wait for my sheikh of the masjid that I belong to. He is the one that is connected with them, and he is going to be the one that decides. The decision is not easy, it's difficult, because you don't want one mosque to say Ramadan is tomorrow, and the other mosque say, no, Ramadan is not tomorrow, it's the day after. So it's a fun day, and actually we usually wait for it, and it has not been decided yet until this moment. Or at least I don't know about it. To tell you what is Ramadan, we fast. It's ordained in the Quran that Muslims need to fast Ramadan, the entire month. And it says in the Quran that it has been prescribed to the people before you. So all religions before Islam, they all fast. The fast manifestation, the way we do fast might be different. God would do it different, will ask us to fast in a different way that is suitable to us. And other people before us, like Christian, maybe Jews, or maybe other people, they will do fast that is suitable to them. The difference between doing the worship of fast than all other worships in the Quran that God says, Every worship you do is for you. It's for your benefit. Except fasting, it's for me. I get it, and I give you blessing accordingly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jamal. I did not know that about the moon. Thank you. I don't know. Anybody else know that? Do you knew that? I didn't know that. I thought I knew a lot about Ramadan. I didn't know that. Next, we have Tara McDonald. Good evening, ma'am.
Hi there. So, I wanted to come and mention, because I had actually, on the Temple Terrace bulletin board, said that I would come and say something. This is in regards to the loss of life at River Hills Park, over the weekend. It did strike up many conversations on the bulletin board, some positive, some negative. Of course, we all know it's a beautiful, serene area for many, Temple Terrace and non-Temple Terrace. I mean, I've been going there since '92, had many children's birthday parties, etc. Many mentioned on the board, and I don't know, I mean, on the Temple Terrace board, about that they had seen needle presence there. Now, you can see needle presence anywhere. However, that's a concern, and I don't know if that's true or false, with drug use possibly. But I don't know if it's ever been reported, and if it has been reported, it'd be nice if it was looked into because of so many children around and so many people go there. There used to be police presence there. I know that firsthand when I was at FC, so just saying. They used to, you barely pulled in and the police would escort you out after dark. I go past there at all times, and I don't really see any police presence. And I also see vehicles there that are very late at night. And yes, can we avoid that? Possibly, with the police presence at least spinning through. We don't get a lot through Courtney where I live and that kind of thing as well. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned this for the people that had mentioned on the bulletin board. And have we thought about police presence, maybe at sundown, maybe more drive-bys to deter or that type of thing? I don't know if they're, a chain on the entry. I know that becomes, you have to drive in. They could still walk in, but it might be deterrent. It might be able to avoid that bad behavior. And I don't know if anything could have prevented what has happened over the weekend, which is very, very sad that it did. But maybe with more police presence early morning, throughout the night, just driving through, could be something that might be helpful to deter the rumors that could be out there. Or maybe, picking up, looking at things and that type of thing. Basically just an informational, and I wanted to make sure that I followed up with the comments that people had brought up on the bulletin board. Because it is a little bit negative, and I don't really like to see that because it is a beautiful park and it has children around it too, and with the school there. So I just wanted to kind of put the bug in the ear if it's ever been thought of or anything that might be. I don't have a solution, but I just wanted to make sure that I spoke up for them. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. McDonald.
You're welcome.
Are there other members of the public who wish to address the council at this time? That was the last request I had. Okay, if not, council, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Consent agenda is adopted. Next, we have a resolution recognizing the contributions of the Centennial Committee and providing for the dissolution of the committee. I see a lot of smiling people out there. So that says that I'm going to present. Okay. I am going to present because I have some cheat sheet. Here we go. I got it. Thank you. So the Centennial Committee, ladies, would you like to come to the podium, please? Yeah. The Centennial Celebration Committee was created on November the 2nd, 2021, with the purpose of providing a public forum for planning, coordinating, budgeting, marketing, and securing sponsorship for the city's centennial celebration. The city's incorporation occurred on May 28, 1925. The committee had advisory powers and was composed of 5 members. The chair was Nancy Hudson, or is, we haven't dissolved you yet, still Nancy Hudson. Vice chair is Julie Almeida. Members Sherry Donahue, Marissa Robinson, and Cheryl Mooney, our former city clerk. Staff liaison is Corey Collins, and council liaison is our new vice mayor, James Chambers. Assisted the committee with recommendations and planning over the last 4.5 years. Throughout 44 meetings, the members planned and assisted with 21 events, organized 5 centennial murals throughout the city, and provided numerous opportunities for the community to celebrate 100 years of being a city. The council and the city thanks the Centennial Committee for their commitment, creativity, and countless hours of work in planning and carrying out the centennial events. The outstanding success of the celebrations is a direct reflection of the committee's dedication and teamwork. The city is grateful for the committee's service in making the centennial such a memorable and impactful milestone. And so, just a few personal notes on top of that. I think I've mentioned to many of you individually over the past of the few years, and I've said this, I don't know how many times to members of the public. We are so fortunate to have the level of expertise, and if we had to go out and hire you, we couldn't afford you. And so to have that level of expertise step up and volunteer that level of service to the city, to the citizens really of Temple Terrace is just incredible. And you know, we consider ourselves a smaller city because we live next door to Tampa, but the caliber of work that you ladies produced is, it doesn't matter the size of the city, Tampa, Orlando, Miami. I mean, this was really world class. And so thank you for everything you've done, and please share with us a few comments.
So thank you very much, Mayor Ross and council members. You've kind of recapped everything, so I'm going to kind of skip over that part. But I do want to say we would not have been a success in any way without Corey Collins, who was our city liaison, and James Chambers, who was our... They attended every meeting, gave great support and guidance, and they were with us every step of the way. So we really, really appreciate it, and we know we couldn't have done it. As a further keepsake for the year that we had, the committee has created a commemorative book that we are just about to finish up now. It highlights the events, the community, and the activations that took place throughout the year. Let's see here. So here's just a little look at it as we go through, but it sort of talks about everything that we've done, everybody who was involved. We thought it would be a really great commemorative piece for the next Centennial Committee, so they know what happened this time. It will be, we're going to donate some to the libraries, of course, and then these will be for sale at the Family Recreation Center starting next month. So, great. And then we also created this beautiful mural collage that shows all of the murals that were created for the Centennial, and we are presenting it now to the council to hopefully find a home here at the City Hall somewhere so that all the community can remember what was done and know that this was a very special time and a very special year. We just want to thank you all for the opportunity. I think we all learned a lot. We're really great. We're really excited to be able to talk to each other and do some stuff with each other after today that we haven't been able to do. So thank you for trusting us with this really important event and year and time. It's 3 long years, and we are glad to move on to our next event. But thank you for choosing us for the committee, and we're very, very grateful.
Thank you, Nancy. Are you speaking for everybody? Yes. Oh, council, would you please help me carry these down, and we'll get the entire council with a photograph? Yeah, we have to carry it.
Standing up there, or?
Thank you.
You want to get this picture?
Who's this for?
This is Julie.
Julie?
Yeah. We can keep it. I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Go.
Yeah, come up here with us.
All right, Mary, tell us what you want us to do.
If everyone can inch over slightly, that's perfect. Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Perfect.
Wait, should we get the... Yeah. I think we got that covered.
We do.
Thank you.
Breaking bodies.
I'm gonna do this angle if you don't want to look here. Perfect, thank you.
Okay.
Share it.
Yeah. Vice Mayor.
Yes, I also wanted to recognize a lady that was on the first year of the committee and got off, Sharon Gaskin. She was the chair of the first year. So thank you for your efforts on getting us started.
Okay, and then our last official business concerning the Centennial Committee is kind of sad, but we do need a motion to dissolve the Centennial Committee. If there is there, before we do that though, is there anybody here that would like to comment on this? The action that we're about to take is to dissolve the Centennial Committee. Is there any public comment on that? Okay, council, is there a motion?
Yes, reluctantly. I move to approve the resolution recognizing the contributions of the Centennial Committee and providing for the dissolution of the committee.
Second.
Motion and second. Discussion?
I just have one comment.
Yes.
It's a shame Julie couldn't be here, but you guys did a fantastic job. And I was anxious to be a Centennial Council member, and you guys just made it so much more special. So thank you very much for all the efforts that you did throughout the entire 3 years. I know you had, it was hard. Thank you.
Okay, council, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Resolution is adopted, and you ladies can go out and festivate now. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Next up, we have a resolution approving the installation of speed humps on North 62nd Street. Our Public Works Director, Jason Warrenfelds, is here to present. Good evening, Mr. Warrenfelds.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council. Public Works Engineering is bringing forward a resolution requesting approval to install 3 traffic calming speed humps on 62nd Street between East Fowler Avenue and East 113th Avenue. The city received a resident petition requesting consideration for speed humps on 62nd Street. In response, staff conducted traffic studies that included speed data collection and field observations. The results confirmed that the vehicle speeds on 62nd Street had exceeded posted speed limits. The vehicle data revealed in the 85th percentile vehicle speeds were more than 10 mile an hour over the posted speed limit. In addition, consistent with the city's speed hump policy, neighborhood support was evaluated and met the criteria to develop a traffic calming plan. The initial concept was drafted following traffic standards and internal past practice concepts. That initial concept was believed to be a light-handed approach, and with the direction of City Council and resident comments from the January 6, 2026 meeting, staff applied a more rigorous design to allow for 2 additional speed humps, totaling 3 for this section of roadway. The new design is done in a fashion to lower the speed near the playground and on the northern section of 62nd Street near Fowler Avenue. And then I do have a couple slides here. So this one, which shows 62nd Street north to south and the speed humps, and then I turned this so that we can see it a little better. As you can see on the left side, the red dash in the middle there, the playground, it's adjacent to the playground. So it's about 100 feet or so from the stop sign, and that allows us to do the traffic markings that are required for notice for this. And then we have the one in the middle near the townhomes, which was the approximate location of the first concept with the petition asking for consideration for speed humps. The speed hump originally was placed there to address that concern. But after council comments, then we reevaluated this and applied the other 2 speed humps. And then the one on the right, which is closer to Fowler Avenue. This one, very light, but if you look at your monitors there, you can see the traffic markings. So we're close to the intersection, which will, allow the street markings, the signage, and then the speed hump, and then back to the middle one, and then the same thing on the Fowler side. The approval of this resolution will allow staff to move forward with the procurement and installation of the speed humps. Staff requests the council approve the resolution, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Warrenfeld. Are there members of the public who wish to comment on this item? Council members, are there questions? I just have one question, Mr. Warrenfeld. Are the design and placement of the new proposed speed humps, are they compliant with the MUTCD?
So, in the January,
The manual for uniform traffic control devices is what I'm referring to.
yes, the signage will be correct. Yes.
Well, I'm not just asking about the signage. I'm asking about the location and everything concerning this. Is it compliant with the MUTCD?
Yeah. Yes, it is compliant.
It is. Okay. Other questions, council members? Okay. If there are no other questions, is there a motion?
Move to approve the resolution approving the installation of speed humps on 62nd Street.
Second.
Good. Discussion of the motion?
Yes.
Yes, Vice Mayor Chambers.
I said it last time, and I'll say it again to everybody out there in the audience world. Please slow down. We receive comments about this item and the next item, and we read the same thing. Cars are very fast on our street. They're fast on my street. They're fast on the mayor's street. They're all over. We could put speed humps all over the city. Please slow down. Maybe we need to make internal streets 10 miles an hour. I don't know. But we need to slow down, residents. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilmember Fernandez.
I just would like to thank city staff for taking the comments from council and the community into concern and coming back to us with a proposal that I think better addresses the concerns expressed regarding speeding in that area.
Okay, there are no other comments. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Resolution is adopted. Thank you. Don't go far. Next item is a resolution approving the installation of speed humps on Shirley Drive, and Mr. Warrenfeld will now explain that.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Public Work Engineering is bringing forward a resolution requesting approval to install 2 traffic calming speed humps on Shirley Drive between Rainbow Drive and Ridgeway Road. City staff received the petition to evaluate the street for traffic calming. During the speed data collection and the field observations, they reviewed the results and determined that the speeds regularly exceed the posted speed limits. The vehicle data in the 85th percentile showed that the speed was more than 10 mile an hour over the posted speed limit. In addition to the petition, staff evaluated for resident support, and it met the criteria to continue with the traffic calming design. And I have a slideshow for this one. Oops. Shirley Drive proposal, again, it shows this as a vertical, and I'm going to switch it to the side. So Shirley Drive between Rainbow and Ridgeway, we applied 2 speed humps in this area. The greater concern of Shirley was in this area. That's where the petition generated from. And this one, as you can see on your monitors there, the markings with the location of those speed humps, it allows for appropriate signage, street markings, and then the speed humps to be placed for the traffic calming. The approval of this resolution allows staff to move forward with the procurement and installation of the speed humps. Staff requests that the council approve the resolution.
Good. Are there members of the public who wish to comment on this item? Yes, sir. You have to please approach the podium. Can I just speak real quick right here? No, sir, because we can't hear you on the record from there. But we'll wait. You have plenty of time. Okay. Yeah, they can't get you on the record and the audio doesn't pick you up. Yeah, it's all right. Good evening, sir. We just need you to start with your name and city of residence, and then you have the floor.
Michael Redding, 8618 Shirley Drive. I've been there probably 18 years, and this is well past due of putting speed humps on that street. And the 2 It's a quarter mile long street too, it's not gonna be long enough. I propose to add a stop sign. Shirley Drive dead ends in the end and end, but there's another side street that comes through there. I propose a stop sign there, so it'd make it a four-way stop, which would act as a speed hump, theoretically, in addition to the two, because two is not near enough on that street. I've been living there long enough, you can hear them accelerating from both ends of the street coming past. They accelerate this way and accelerate this way, the ones that making all the noise. So you can consider that appreciated. Any questions?
No, sir, thank you.
Okay. If it's possible.
Are there other members of the public who wish to comment? Yes, sir. Good evening.
My name is William Hedgepeth, and I live at 8609 Shirley Drive, right in the middle of all that. And I've been there I've lived across the street and I moved across the street, so I've been there for 24 years. And it's always been a real problem. They come off River Hills and they make that one little jog and get on Shirley Drive and shoot down and make that jog and get to Bush Boulevard. And they speed through there like crazy all the time, day and night. And I don't know what it's going to take for somebody to get killed. We got little children across the street from me, and there's several children. Just last year, there was a small puppy got away from its owner, and a truck that was speeding by ran over it, killed it. Of course, the dog should have not been loose, but he kept going, didn't stop, and the little girl it devastated this little girl. She could have been chasing that dog and been one that got hit too. So it's long overdue, and they continuously do it. I don't know if we can do anything, take videos and bring them to somebody or
Well,
what.
I think we're about to approve speed humps.
Oh, is it approved? Well, I
We're
didn't know
about
that.
to.
Okay.
So I think you're a little,
Okay.
should have been here a month or two ago.
Okay, then. Good. That's great. That's good news.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Are there other members of the public who wish to comment? Very good. Councilmember, are there questions? Councilmember Fernandez.
I know that there is a requirement about signage, the distance that has to be between the sign and the actual speed hump. And it looked like on the document that you showed us, the drawing, that there is literally not room for any other speed bump in this location as would that also preclude, and I'm not proposing this, but would that also preclude putting a stop sign, like a four-way stop?
So the four-way stop I believe he's talking about is where Rainbow and Shirley intersect. Again, that's not what we looked at in this. I would have to look at the distance between Bush and Rainbow to see how close that is for signage and for a stop sign. The speed humps are placed in a fashion to avoid driveways, and then the signage piece. So there's a metric there that's used to ensure that they're spaced evenly enough to capture what the projection is to slow traffic down.
And we are able to go back and respond if the community is not seeing the result that they are anticipating or hoping for, and then reevaluate, correct?
Sure. So it should never be initially, right? Put the speed humps up and check it next week, right? That wouldn't be a good set because you don't get a capture of the true essence of being comfortable with them being there. I recall a conversation with one of the police chiefs. I don't remember if it was Chief Sailors to Deputy Chief Mills, but they have gone back in areas and they've put the JMR back out and they've looked at speeds to just check to see whether the traffic calming devices are working. And the one conversation we were having about it was working, so traffic was at a slower speed. These speed humps that we put in are not the flat. These are the aggressive ones. They are designed to make you slow down, force you to travel slower. And if you don't, you know that real quickly. So.
That's it.
Other questions? I have one. Mr. Warrenfields, can you put that sign back, the slide, the one that was sideways a little, that one, yeah. So, just knowing this neighborhood a little bit, if you are coming in off of River Hills on Ridge Way, and you take that right curve, you drive past Rainbow, and then you turn left on Shirley, which I think is what the neighbors are describing. That's where they hit it and they go straight up to Bush Boulevard. It's a straight shot. The speed humps will certainly impact that behavior, or they'll take the front end out of their car, one or the other. My question is, and this is a bit of a hypothetical, given this particular path of travel, would be very easy to avoid the speed humps by just turning left on Rainbow and flying down Rainbow, going around that drift curve, and then turning left on Shirley and going out to Bush Boulevard. So I'm a little concerned. I'm not suggesting we don't do this. I'm certainly in favor of this, but I'm a little concerned of solving a problem, creating another one, and by displacing the problem. Are we going to do any sort of follow-up to monitor Rainbow to see if volume and or speed increase? Because the first time somebody's used to doing that, they run down that road at 40, 50 miles an hour and they hit those speed hump and go airborne, they're going to figure out the turn on Rainbow.
So shifting the problem occurs. I'm not going to say it's going to occur here, and I won't say that it won't. But shifting the problem occurs, and I've seen that on other installations of speed humps where traffic flow alters. Based on the city policy, we unfortunately are bound to the policy waiting on the petition. Doesn't mean we can't look at it and observe it ahead of time, but in order to act and follow the policy, we're going to need the petition to prove our case there, to go through with that.
We did a similar thing in another neighborhood out off the Temple Terrace Highway a couple years ago. And we had concerns about the very same thing because there were parallel roads. And we thought, well, we're just going to ultimately displace. And what we did in that case was proactively scheduled to go out there and put the JMR out to see if we had created a problem on the parallel road. Ultimately, I don't think it did. I think we were happy, we were pleasantly surprised that it didn't seem to displace. But I'm wondering if, and this is, I'm not looking for a commitment now, but maybe you and the chiefs could talk about proactively doing this as opposed to waiting for the people on Rainbow to come here with their hair on fire saying, oh, look what you've done to our street. So, city manager?
So I think it's a valid concern in light of the illustration really has the impact that you can see very parallel. So I think what we can do is we can take, before we put the speed humps in on Shirley, what I would recommend we do is do a baseline on the others, all the streets there.
Bingo.
And then we have a baseline so we can see, I think it was Grandview and Rainbow, if I remember correctly.
Yep, Ridgeway.
That'll take a few weeks because you're going to have a few days of data, so that might take
a few weeks to build speed humps anyway.
Right. So we'll have some time. We can do that. We'll have the baseline data, and then obviously we'll monitor as well. And if we find that we're seeing concerns, either PDC concerns or we get concerns from neighbors, we could go back out and do a follow-up data analysis, and then we'll know for a fact. And if that's the direction council wants to go, we're not necessarily having to wait for a petition because we anticipate that could happen. We could.
I just want to make sure that we're respectful of the people on Rainbow when we know that what we're doing may have an impact on them. I really hate in 6 months to have 12 people that live on Rainbow come down here with their hair on fire, screaming at the problem that we created, when we have a reason to know that this is a possibility. They shouldn't have to go through that. We should proactively. So thank you for that. Okay. Other questions?
Not a question. I do have a comment about that.
Okay.
So tell me when I can do it, either now or later.
Okay, well, let's stick with questions right now, if
Okay.
that's okay. Okay, if there are no further questions, is there a motion? And then I will call on the vice mayor.
Yes. Move to approve the resolution approving the installation of speed humps on Shirley Drive.
Second.
Motion is second. Vice Mayor Chambers.
The very first speed humps in the city were put on Whiteway Drive many years ago. I know that because one was put out in front of my parents' house. It was fine. It slowed traffic down. Moved it to Druid Hills. Those people were mad. Just like what we're talking about. So speed humps went on Druid. And that's when all this, we became, the city developed policy to put them out there so they weren't just going anywhere. So again, people slow down. we could put speed humps on every road in the city. It's gonna be expensive. You'll need shock absorbers all the
They
time.
aren't cheap.
No, so slow down. Tell your neighbors to slow down. That's it.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Councilmember Fernandez.
I have a comment mostly geared or aimed at the residents of the city, and that is a lot of people move to the city of Temple Terrace because our interior residential streets are popular for bicycling, walking your dog, being outside, children riding bicycles, people riding bicycles, and having a slower speed certainly encourages people to be outside. And I know that everybody is in a hurry. I fully am a participant in not having enough time to do all the things you need to do, but you aren't the only one who needs to get somewhere quickly. And one of the draws of this city is how enjoyable it is to be out walking and riding your bicycles and meeting up with your neighbors. So, I'm with Vice Mayor Chambers. Just please slow down. I don't think that we can paper the city in speed bumps, but I think we all notice that it's a hindrance to the community when people are flying down the streets.
Comments? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No nays. Resolution to approve speed humps on Shirley Drive is approved. Thank you, Mr. Warrenfeld. Next up, Mr. Warrenfeld is still standing there. This is going to be an expensive night. When Mr. Warrenfeld is up here for a long time, it costs us a lot of money. So, is a resolution approving a contract with American Construction Services, Inc. for the Bonnie Bray Water Main Relocation Replacement Project Phase 1. This has been a long time coming. And Mr. Warrenfeld, please explain.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council. After requesting approval of a resolution awarding a construction contract for the Bonnie Bray Water Main Relocation and Replacement Project, Phase 1, bid number 25-013. This project represents an investment in the city water's infrastructure. The existing water main along in the Bonnie Bray area is aging and in need of relocation replacement to improve system reliability, maintain adequate pressure, and reduce the risk of service interruptions with emergency repairs. Proactive replacement will help prevent costly future failures and ensure continued delivery of drinking water to our residents. This project was competitively bid in accordance with city procurement requirements. After review of the submitted bids, American Construction Services Incorporated was determined to be the lowest responsible bidder. Staff recommends the award of the contract in the amount of $1,350,016.75. Funding for this project will be from the Water and Sewer Utilities Fund. The project is consistent with the city's capital improvement planning and long-term utility infrastructure. Approval of this resolution will award the construction contract to American Construction Services Incorporated, authorize the city manager to execute the contract documents, approve the payment of $1,350,016.75 from the Water Fund, establish an effective date of resolution. I will mention that in the resolution, there is a Scribner's error. On the third whereas clause, the bids ranging from $1,305,016.75 is an error. It should have been $1,350,000. The 5 and the 0 were inverted.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Warrenfeld. Are there members of the public who wish to comment on this item? Not. Council members, are there questions? Councilmember Fernandez.
I know that we always encourage cost savings and going with a low bid when possible, but when you compared all of the bids, my only concern is I want to make sure that we haven't given up any type of service or what another contractor might be doing, that we're comparing apples to apples and we're not missing any services or features that a higher bid had that are going to come through as change orders on a lower bid.
Correct. So in the 10 bids that we received, the review process determined obviously responsible, and the lowest bidder was where we started. American Construction Services seemed to check, not seemed, they checked all the boxes in the bid requirements, and they continue to be a source of good friend for the city to do this work.
And then, oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Just correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Warrenfeldt, is typically when we do a bid, we put everything on a spreadsheet, because these are unit costs typically, correct? So everybody's applying in the same fashion, they're putting units, they're just pricing out units. Is that not what occurred here too?
Yes, that's correct. We had a unit breakdown listing, and each of the bidders had to submit their cost per listing. So it wasn't a number just for the overall job. That maybe something was excluded. These are unit costs per piece, product, part, service.
And then I know that this was part of our capital improvement budget, but in terms of the actual price that we have established with this contract, is it consistent with what we expected and anticipated in our budget?
So the dollars available for this project, I confirmed with the finance director, there was $2 million that would have been allocated for this work, and this came in at 1.3 million,
Okay.
just over. So there is some savings there.
Thank you.
Questions? Vice Mayor anymore. Councilmember Schisler.
This is what, our fourth time we've done this now, moving the lines from the middle to the outside. Is at least third, I think.
Second one that I've been here for.
Okay, so you.
So there's been others, yes.
Before that. Is this the same contractor as the other jobs that you know, that you?
No, this is not from the one that the other one I recall. No, it is not.
Okay, because we had some issues with that.
Correct.
Particularly with notifications of the residents and so forth, and we're going to take all that into consideration so that they know what we're doing, when we're doing it, and everything, everybody be on the same page.
Yes, they're in section 1010 of the summary of work, just below the general section, there is a requirement there about notifying the residents. So.
I'm good.
Okay, other questions? If not, is there a motion?
Move to approve the resolution approving a contract with American Construction Services for the Bonnie Bray Water Main Relocation Replacement Project Phase 1.
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion of the motion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Resolution is adopted. Thank you, Mr. Warrenfield. Well, this is going to be expensive because it's a fire department. Next, we have a resolution approving a change order with Applied Sciences Consulting, Inc. for EOC Construction Administration Services, and we have our Assistant Fire Chief, Shane Salmon, is here to explain. Good evening, Chief.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor, council members. I'm presenting a resolution approving a change order with Applied Science Consulting for EOC Administrative Services. These services are necessary to support ongoing construction activities and ensure appropriate oversight, coordination, and project completion. Funding for the additional services in the amount not to exceed $128,190 is available through the Community Investment Tax Fund reserves. It's recommended that City Council approve a resolution authorizing a change order with Applied Sciences Consulting, Inc. to provide additional construction administration services for the Emergency Operations Center project in the amount not to exceed $128,190, funded through the Community Investment Tax Funds. I'll stand for any questions if you have any.
Thank you, Chief. Are there members of the public who wish to comment on this item? We're running out of public. Council members, are there questions for Chief Salmon? Councilmember Schisler.
Just real quick. I thought we had management in the original contract. Management oversight. Is there something different, or?
So, from my understanding, depending on the process that you use to kind of facilitate the whole entire project, sometimes these costs are encumbered ahead of time, and sometimes they're in this part of the process. And so, and the process that we chose to utilize, yes, this will help to oversee the specific construction costs and make sure everything is running properly. All the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I think City Manager Bay might have some input on this as well.
So, when we did the Whiteway project, The Whiteway project, the administration building, which is under construction today, was a design build. So in essence, you go out with Bandy's Construction, and they do the whole kit and caboodle for, and they had Applied Science as one of their team members, and so they designed everything, and they included project management, construction management in that design build process. So it was included in, that may be what you're.
That might be what I'm thinking of. I did, it was one of the contracts we just.
Yeah, you're not alone, because in fact, this is a conversation I had with Chief Kemp several weeks ago when he first brought this to my attention. I was like, oh shit, is this not included? And then we went back through and we realized that what Chief Kemp found was like, because this was design, this is more traditional, it was design, build, bid, and then build. And so Applied Sciences did the initial design and engineering, but did not include a provision for the actual construction management at the tail end of the project. So that was what was not contemplated in this here before you this evening.
Other questions for Chief Salmon? If not, is there a motion?
Move to approve resolution approving the change order with Applied Sciences Consulting for the emergency operation construction administration services.
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion of the motion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No nays. Thank you, Chief. Next, the 13A, consideration of offense waiver request was rescheduled to a future meeting. Mr. Zimmerman, were you here at the beginning of the meeting when that item was?
I missed it, but she told me about it.
She filled you in?
Yeah.
Did you have, would you mind coming up? Do you have any questions you'd like to ask about that since you weren't here?
No, it's fine. If you're going to reschedule, it's fine.
Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure you knew about it. Okay, new business and board reports. Yes, Councilmember Fernandez.
I have two items. So one is for the public, and that is that the way that council establishes the budget, we begin that process with a council goal-setting session, and that goal setting basically establishes what the priorities are of what we'd like to see accomplished in the city, and then the budget is built around those goals. So that session will be coming up in a couple months, and I hope that anybody in the public who has suggestions about things that they would like to see the city focus on, reach out to a council member so that we can include resident concerns in our goal-setting discussion. So that's one. And my second has to do with the PFAS, and I know we don't have the report yet from the water treatment consultant or but everything that I am reading and the information that I'm getting from people who are experts in the field but not part of that consultant group is that probably the most cost-effective thing that we could do is drop our wells deeper. And I just want to make sure that that is part of the consideration when they're giving us their report, that it includes information on how that can be accomplished and the cost to do that. Because, and how effective that would be, because what I'm being told by a number of people is that dropping the wells deeper might eliminate the problem that we have because they're not finding the PFAS in deeper into the aquifer. So I just want to make sure that's part of the consideration and information. And that's it for me.
Other board reports, new business? No. I have one quick thing. I just want to, I doubt they're watching, but hopefully word will get back to them. I want to thank all 7 of the county commissioners and the county administrator, Bonnie Wise, and the county CFO. As, I don't know how much the public knows about this, but the council knows, this county received $100 million in community development block grant disaster money recently. And there's been a lot of staff conversations about how that money would be divvied up and what projects would be eligible and what wouldn't, and how much the cities would get per apportionment. And is it per population or is it per population of CDBG census tracts? It's not as cut and dry as it seems. And so it's a very difficult process that staff was going through with county staff. wasn't difficult in that the county was trying to be difficult. They're trying to take a very conservative approach, which is something that we probably would do too. But as a result of those conversations, there was a very strong possibility that we weren't going to get a meaningful amount of that money, or more likely, we would get money that we couldn't spend because we couldn't meet the restrictions on the money. And so I want to thank like I said, all 7 of the county commissioners. I want to thank Bonnie Wise, the CFO at the county. I think we've worked through these with Mr. Ingram and Mr. Bahia, but not without some help from the county commissioners. And so hopefully that word will get back to them, or I'll tell them myself, and I'll tell them to go watch a YouTube video so I can tell them. I told the public. So all 7 of them were very supportive. I know, everybody has their favorite county commissioners, but all 7 of them were very, very supportive. Commissioner Wastel actually dropped what he was doing and called me back with an answer within about 3 hours. And the others, all of them have returned my call. So I just want to thank everybody for that. That's it. And are there other board reports, new business? Okay, city manager's report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. As we've discussed here over the last several months, on and off, myself, the city attorney, and outside legal counsel have been doing our due diligence in preparation for a potential legal complaint or litigation against the contractor that was responsible for the Fowler Avenue sanitary sewer repair, at least the initial contractor. We are now at the point where we feel confident enough to file this complaint, so to pursue the active litigation. Outside counsel is prepared to do that. So this evening, what I'd like to ask, if the council would make a motion to authorize us to move forward with that would be appreciated.
Is there such a motion?
Yes, I make a motion to authorize the city manager and city attorney's office to move forward with outside counsel in regards to the complaint against the contractor.
Second.
Motion and second. Discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Enthusiastically, aye. Any noes? No nays? Motion carries.
That's all I have.
That's all you have. Okay, any questions for Mr. Bahia? Miss Dowell.
Good evening, everyone. I do not have an attorney's report tonight, but this has been very great, so thank you for having me.
Well, thank you very much. I'm disappointed you don't have some kind of report. For the public watching, this is, she's not new anymore, but this is her first, our assistant city attorney's first council meeting, or first council meeting on the dais, I guess I should say. So, I wish we had come up with some really, really thorny legal issue to ask you. Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anything for the good of the order, directors? Okay, if not, we will stand adjourned.